I used to live on the main A41, you know, for many years, and it's the sort of the London Holyhead Road. And when it gets to Brum, by Jove, it gets busy, you know. And I mean, you know, we used to have pets. Every family has pets, don't they? Only ours didn't last too long. About 4 days was the record, and it was a lorry job. To come home from school, hello, Mum, where's Rover? Oh. Tiddles? Everything got run over on the A41, you know, budgerigars, goldfish. You know. I grew up with a fear of heavy goods vehicles. Yeah, you know, kids are scared of ghosts and things that go bump in the night. I was scared of heavy goods vehicles, quite rightly, with this mayhem going on in the A41. And that, eventually, that seemed strange to me because perhaps one of the most enjoyable jobs I've ever had was, in fact, driving a lorry. And I learned at Butlins, strangely enough. Yes, you usually learn other things at Butlins, but you ever been to a Butlins broth at holiday camp? And this was down at Bognor. Oh, you're not from Bognor, are you? Where'd you park your bath chair? Yeah, it's a strange place. Like, the coat of arms is a wheelchair and an incontinence bag. Everyone's at Butlins for the same reason, aren't they? All the guards come round 12 o'clock every night. Come on, open up, have you got a girl in there? Shh. No, honest, there's no girl in there. Hang on, we'll get you one. And while I was at this holiday camp, they actually taught me to drive a lorry. They wanted volunteers to drive a lorry, right? And I volunteered. I thought, well, I've got a driving licence, and it was clean. And I thought, yeah, I'll have a go at that, you know, get over my fear. And I became in love with lorry driving. It's not as mundane a job as you may think. And I went to this lorry driving school. I spent 4 weeks on an intensive, you know, lorry driving course, and learned all about lorry driving. They teach you at these lorry schools, right, is how to lech out of the cab window. Because, yeah, it's obligatory. Every time you pass a young lady in the street, you've got to hang out your cab and, oh, darling, how you going? All right. Fancy you, lovely, I'll show you a thing or two. All the women are the same, you know, yobbo. You drive past without doing anything. Blimey, then I'll get some stick. What's the matter with me, you homosexual? When I left the camp, escaped more than anything, I went back home to Brum, and I started looking round for a job as a lorry driver. You know, I was really into it. And I started looking through the papers, and I ended up at a supermarket. And it was a big supermarket. And it was in an area called Solihull, and Solihull is like a borough. It's not part of Birmingham, but it's right on the outskirts, you know. And it's I would imagine, I don't know what the equivalent in London would be, perhaps St John's Wood or something like that. But Solihull is... well, I'm just guessing, you know. But Solihull is a very wealthy area, you know, and like most wealthy areas, there's a fair bit of surface wealth going on, you know, like they've got a couple of cars in the drive, but there's sod all in the fridge. And I was driving for this supermarket. It was really weird because these ladies had walked around the supermarket, big fur coats. Oh, good morning. Hello. 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 And they'd buy like a rasher of bacon and 2 eggs. And I'd have to deliver it in a 3.5-ton truck. And... really strange. And while I was doing this job, right, I became aware of an affliction that I had that I was not aware of before I started, although I'd had suspicions. I have an afflicted right leg, basically. That's it. See that? But, not immediately apparent, but this right leg is, in fact, a femme fatale to any male dog. Yeah, this leg has been screwed by every dog in Solihull. is, in fact, a half-inch longer than the left, believe it or not. And that's a pretty awkward affliction to have when you're delivering groceries, because most of the time you're fairly defenceless, aren't you? You know, you're walking up the path with a big bows ring. Good morning, madam. How you Get this dog off me! It's all right, he won't be long. Every order had scrambled egg in it.